Welcome to page 5 of the Circle packet. Please look at your packet and make sure you are on page 5. Today, we'll be using the formula to measure circumference of a given circle. Remember, circumference measures the distance all the way around a circle. So, starting at 12 o'clock and following the length of the curve all the way around the outside of the circle, we will be using the formula to calculate that circumference. Now, if you look at your circles that you've been given, you will notice that some of the information you've been given, like in number 2, comes in the form of a radius. In this case, your radius is 6 centimeters. Inches, excuse me. However, if you look at number 1, the information has been given in terms of a diameter. And it's going to be up to you to cut it in half and figure out what the radius is. So take a moment and under each circle, please label little r for radius and little d for diameter. You can do this under each circle. Whether you're given a radius or a diameter, the one measurement that you need in order to use the circumference formula is the radius length of the circle. So take a moment, pause the video if you need to, and write little r, little d under each circle. Now let's take a look at problem number 1. We have a given value, a given length of 8 meters for our diameter. That is our little d. In order to find the radius length, we're going to have to cut it in half and divide by 2. As we chop 8 in half, we get 4. Now, that's our radius length, and that's what we're going to use in the formula to find the circumference. We're going to, according to the directions, use the pi key and round to the nearest tenth. So, let's think back to the formula. For circumference, it's c equals pi times 2 times r. So, step 1, write the formula. C equals pi times 2 times r. Step 2, we're going to substitute that 4 meters for the radius. C equals pi times 2 times a radius of 4 meters. Now let's clean up the formula a bit and multiply 2 times 4. Well, 2 times 4 is 8 pi. We still haven't dealt with the pi yet. We still have to multiply 8 times pi key. So grab that calculator and punch in 8 times pi key and hit equals. Write everything down on your paper as it appears on the screen. You should have gotten 25.13274123. Now in this particular case, we are going to round to the nearest tenth. So mark your place value, what dot the heck tray, and box in to the tenths place. We see that the 3 just outside the box is not 5 or more to raise that score. So your rounded answer for this circumference is 25.1 meters. And you're done. It's a 5-step process. Let's try the next one where we're given a radius. We're given a radius of 6 inches. In order to calculate the diameter, we multiply by 2, which will double it. That's a diameter of 12 inches. However, what we really need here, we were given a radius of 6 inches. That's the value that's going to go into the formula for little r. So let's begin to calculate the circumference. C equals pi times 2 times r. C equals pi key times 2 times, now let's substitute a radius of 6 in for the value of r. C equals, let's multiply 2 times 6 and tidy up our formula. 2 times 6 leaves us with 12 pi, or 12 times pi key. Now, take a moment, punch into your calculator 12 times pi key. Write down everything that appears on your screen. We have to round to the nearest tenth when you're ready. Underneath the value, write what dot the heck tray and box the number over to the tenths place. We see that 9 is going to raise that score. The 6 will round to a 7. And our final answer is 37.7 inches around the outside of that circle. Now, using this 5-step process, you're going to complete the rest of the page. Be very careful to make sure if you're given a diameter, like in number 3, you put that down for the D value. And in order to get the radius, you're going to have to cut it in half and get 5. Let's move to number 4. As you look at number 4, you're given a diameter of 18. And if you cut that in half, your radius length is 9. Move on to number 5. Once again, you're given a diameter stretching from 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock. That diameter length is 4 centimeters. If we cut it in half, that means our radius is 2 centimeters. But look at number 6, number 7, and number 8. In all these cases, you've been given a radius length. Number 6 is 12 centimeters for the radius length. Number 7 is 5 centimeters. And number 8 is 30 centimeters. In order to calculate the diameter length, you will double each of these and multiply by 2. But really, the important amount, the radius length, has been given to you. In each case, we need a radius length to plug in to the circumference formula. Take some time right now with your calculator and run through the 5-step process for each of these circles. Make sure you're calculating the circumference using the radius length. Show your work, and in the final step, round to the nearest tenth. This concludes page 5. Quietly finish the rest of the circles on your own.